Hey, welcome to the Gospel Jazz. It's been a good summer, right?
It's been a busy summer.
Good summer. Where we have improvisational conversation about life, leadership, and Jesus. Yes? Did I get it? I missed it.
Why do you do improv?
That's what I'm good at.
Well, this season is off to
a roaring start. It's gonna be good. Has it been, my goodness, 3 months, 4 months since we recorded an episode?
At least.
Yeah. I think so. Whatever. So we just want to give a little promo on what we're going to be doing, hopefully, for this season. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really the main thing.
Yeah.
So, Nathan, do you want
some of the things that we have been talking about in several I guess impromptu conversations is church leadership, the construction of church culture. That's something we've been talking a lot about as we kind of reshape and redefine the new church launch. And there have been several resources that have kind of come across our listening podcast stuff and also in book form. And we thought we would just spend some time this season talking about things from church leadership standpoint, the establishment of culture, a healthy culture, an unhealthy culture. So we're kind of everything related to church leadership, but out of a couple of different avenues of things that we've recently learned from the falling and failing of major church entities in the country, some of the leadership issues at play within those church bodies, and what does that mean from us? Because quite honestly, one of the continual questions of a podcast that I've been listening to over this summer is asking the question of who is to blame for Church X falling. And the way that he's been answering it, I think, has been very helpful. Because he says, look, this isn't just about one person. A lot of times we look at the primary leader, the head leader, the primary voice, the one who's on the platform. It's their fault. And granted, that is true in a lot of the case, that they did some things that were narcissistic, were systemically broken, abusive to their followers.
But you just said it was systemic, right?
Yes.
Some sort of structure in place that allowed that all to happen.
It was a structure, but it was also everyone who followed behind and said, yeah, we're with them. So the problem is not just singular. It is multifaceted. It has a lot of fingers out, and it touches, the responsibility touches the lives of everyone who's involved.
And this is something, I know I've said this before, while this comes from a church angle, I think it's applicable to business owners.
Sure.
Right? To I think if maybe you run some other sort of club or you do something, it's those same principles that are at work, right? Because even if you run a business, right, and you have a narcissistic personality, right, or maybe even have an employee who's just it's that burr under everybody's saddle.
Yep.
It's that same thing that you go, if you allow these things to just fester and never deal with them. And again, I assume probably most people that will be watching and listening to this are Christian people, hopefully want to deal with that in a Christ-like way. So, yes, maybe it's first and foremost for the church leader or for the churchgoer, but I think there's very easy application here into so many other aspects of people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So.
So it's going to be a good season. So we're going to start releasing episodes end of September.
Yeah.
First one released September 28th, and explore a lot of these ideas and some good authors, and see how these culture and leadership, all that stuff weaves together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And something that has kind of been a marker of ours is we don't kind of put a time limit on this. So these are longer form conversations. And this is the kind of thing, because, quite honestly, this is in our wheelhouse as church leadership. So these could be longer episodes. So maybe just saying that up front is helpful, so that people know. You can always look ahead in the timestamp of how long things are. But part of the issue at play for us is that we feel a distinct responsibility towards the shaping of the culture of the churches that we've been charged to lead, and that cannot be captured in just a short, brief conversation as much as we might like that, because we like short, pithy answers that get us to the commercial break in a hurry, and we want to move on. And this is certainly not one of those topics.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hey, sounds good. Hopefully, again, like, subscribe, pass this along to friends and family. Like I said, again, maybe you know a business owner, maybe you know somebody that's running a club or something that you might find some of these next few conversations here in the coming months that would be helpful. So, again, thanks for tuning in, and God bless.